A billionaire donated in secret. No one found out until his death. If you're feeling lost in this world of endless noise and endless wanting, please pause here for just a moment. You are not alone. We all sometimes lose our way, and the Buddha's teachings are that gentle light calling us home. Today, I want to share something that will change how you see wealth, giving, and the invisible threads that connect us all. A story that remained hidden for decades until death revealed a secret that would humble even the proudest heart. What if I told you that one of the world's wealthiest men spent 50 years giving away his fortune in complete silence? No press conferences, no naming rights, no tax benefits. Just pure, anonymous compassion flowing like a river in the dark. When he died, they found something extraordinary, something that proves the Buddha's ancient wisdom about the true nature of giving, and why the most profound acts of kindness happen when no one is watching. This isn't just about money. This is about the deepest truth of human existence, and why your smallest act of compassion might be changing the world in ways you'll never know. Stay with me. Your heart is about to be opened. His name was Harold. Harold Simmons was not a name you'd recognize from charity galas or hospital wings. He wasn't on any philanthropist lists. He gave no interviews about his giving. For 5 decades, this Texas billionaire lived a quiet, modest life while secretly channeling his wealth to those who needed it most. But here's what makes this story extraordinary. Even his own family didn't know the full extent of his giving until after his death in 2013. Harold had built his fortune through careful business decisions, but somewhere along the way, he had what the Buddha would call an awakening. Not a dramatic moment, but a gradual realization that his wealth was not truly his at all. Every month, like clockwork, anonymous donations would appear at children's hospitals across America, always in cash, always exactly enough to cover what was needed most. A new wing here, medical equipment there, scholarships for nursing students. The Children's Cancer Ward at Dallas Presbyterian received a mysterious donation of $2.3 million, just enough to build a new play therapy center. The note simply read, "For the children who need to laugh." In Detroit, an inner-city school was about to close due to budget cuts. An anonymous envelope arrived with $800,000 and a note, "Every child deserves to dream." But here's the most remarkable part. Harold never sought recognition, never attended ribbon cuttings, never met the children whose lives he changed. He understood something profound that the Buddha taught 2,500 years ago. True generosity happens when the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. The Buddha said, "If you knew what I know about the power of giving, you would not let a single meal pass without sharing it in some way." Harold embodied this teaching without ever studying it. He would eat simple meals while knowing that his anonymous gifts were providing thousands of meals for hungry families. He drove a 15-year-old car while his donations were buying school buses for underserved communities. But the law of karma, cause and effect, was working in ways Harold couldn't have imagined. Remember that children's hospital in Dallas? 20 years after his anonymous donation, Harold's own son was born with a rare heart condition. The very cardiac unit that saved his grandson's life had been built with Harold's secret gift from decades earlier. The universe, it seems, has a way of completing circles we never knew we were drawing. When Harold passed away at age 82, his lawyers discovered something extraordinary in his private safe. Thousands of thank you letters from organizations he had helped, all addressed to anonymous donor. Letters from children who had survived cancer, from students who had graduated college, from families who had found homes. Harold had kept every single letter. He would read them in private, tears streaming down his face, never able to respond, never able to say, "You're welcome." His daughter found one particular letter from a young girl named Sarah, who had received a scholarship to medical school. She wrote, "Dear Anonymous Angel, because of you, I'm now a doctor helping other children. I don't know who you are, but I pray every day that life blesses you the way you blessed me."
That letter was found next to Harold's bedside when he died. It was worn from being read countless times. The Buddha taught that we are all interconnected, like waves in an ocean. Harold lived this truth. His wealth became medicine for the sick, education for the ignorant, hope for the hopeless. The Buddha taught us about dana, the practice of generous giving, but not just any giving. Giving that is free from the ego's desire for recognition, free from the expectation of reward, free from the attachment to being seen as good. Harold's story reveals the deepest truth about generosity. When we give without attachment, we create merit that ripples through lifetimes. The Buddha said, "Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared." But here's what's truly profound. Harold never gave to receive. He gave because he understood that we are all one. The suffering child in the hospital was his child. The struggling student was his student. The homeless family was his family. This is what the Buddha meant when he taught about the illusion of separation. Harold had transcended the ego that says mine and yours. His wealth flowed like water, naturally seeking where it was needed most. Think about your own life for a moment. How often do we give expecting something in return? A thank you, recognition, a tax deduction. Harold's gift to us is not just his money, it's his example. He showed us that true spiritual wealth comes from giving in secret, from being a force of good that operates in silence. The Buddha taught that the highest form of giving is when there is no giver, no gift, and no recipient, just the flow of compassion itself. What if we all became secret angels in this world? What if our kindness operated like Harold's, invisible, consistent, expecting nothing? As I close this story, I want you to know something. You don't need to be a billionaire to live like Harold. The Buddha taught that the value of a gift is not in its size, but in the purity of the heart that gives it. Your smile to a stranger, your patience with a difficult person, your quiet help to someone struggling. These are your anonymous donations to the world's happiness account. Harold's story reminds us that we are all connected in ways we cannot see. Your kindness today might save someone's life tomorrow. Your compassion might be the light that guides someone out of darkness. The Buddha said, "In the end, only 3 things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you." I leave you with this question. What secret good will you do today? What anonymous blessing will you become? Remember, the most beautiful flowers often bloom in hidden gardens. The most powerful rivers flow silently underground. And the most transformative love often happens when no one is watching. May you find the courage to give like Harold, with no expectation, no recognition, no reward, except the joy of knowing you've made someone's burden lighter. Buddha bless you on your journey, and may your heart be as generous as Harold's, as secret as the morning dew, and as powerful as the ocean. If this story touched your heart, please share it. Someone needs to hear this today. Someone needs to know that they too can be an anonymous angel in this world. Until we meet again, may you walk in light and give in shadows.